Hi guys, I decided to make this second part to the AüR Audio AURORA review to clarify some doubts, because it seems that people didn't fully understand what I was saying and are full of doubts and full of question marks about some of the things that I said. So let me clear things up nicely for everybody. First and foremost, as I mentioned, I was one of the first, if not the first person that pushed AüR Audio. So I'm going to be presumptuous, but if you are now enjoying what this brand offers, you owe it a great deal to me and to the work that I did. Contrary to what you also might think, I don't receive any monetary compensations from any particular retailer. I never received from AüR Audio either, and I was pushing the brand. I was talking about the brand, and I never got any special anything. I got a little discount on the actual IEMs, and that was that. I was never sent any IEM free of charge. I was never given, and the same applies to the other IEMs that I used yesterday in my comparison. And the one and what is in front of me, I paid for every single one of them except for the Aurora because it's not mine. So when the majority of you didn't even know or had heard but didn't even give it a chance and thought it was just another brand, you didn't, I already had heard AüR Audio, and I believed in AüR Audio's capability and how good they were and what they were doing. Okay, the majority of you were stuck in, no, it has to be an IM that costs $2,500, $4,000, $6,000. Otherwise, no, the rest is all garbage. The rest is no. That's the reality. If it doesn't cost if it doesn't cost $1,400 a cable, then it's not a good cable. Then it's garbage. It's no. Like I read in one of the comments that how could I possibly have talked bad about the Eye of Horus clone cable? Well, this cable is not the best cable for the Aurora. It's my opinion. I'm entitled to my opinion, as all of you are also entitled to your opinion. However, if you're going to comment things and you're going to mention my name, please do so at least knowing me, or at least tag me, at least call me into the conversation. Don't talk behind my back, because that is really disrespectful. Anyway, so when none of you knew what AüR Audio was, I already knew what AüR Audio was, first. Second, if you are listening to AüR Audio and enjoying their products, you owe it in great part to me. Okay. Third, I never said that AüR Audio was, or that the Aurora rather, was a bad IM. What I said was that it was a smooth, relaxed sounding IM. And I stand by that. To my ears, to my music, to my gear, and I took I went to the trouble of listening through all this that I listened yesterday, but going through it all again, just using this Eye of Horus cable, this supposedly amazing cable. It costs $1,100 or $1,200. Effectively pushing the Aurora into, like I said, into a $1,500, $1,600, $1,700 IM. If it's $1,700, then its margin of tolerance with regards to certain things is much more reduced. I've said this countless times. If I'm listening to a $20 IM, my tolerance is higher. If I'm listening to a $500, my tolerance is lower. If I'm listening to a $2,000 IM, my tolerance is even lower, because I expect something that $2,000 will blow me away. Okay? It's as simple as that. It's the law of diminishing returns. Okay? And it seems that many are stuck in that no, if it's only good if it costs $2,000, it's only good it costs $4,000. And it's actually quite surprising to see how many of you, once you've tried AüR Audio, you have come to the conclusion that for a quarter, a fifth, a tenth of the price of some of the IEMs that you own, you have found an IEM that is as comparable, if not even better. Okay, I have heard countless people talk wonders about the AüR Audio AUR, how an IEM of $380 absolutely blew out of the water IEMs that they owned in the $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 price bracket. So, that's very good. That means that what they're doing is properly done. It's well implemented. And when I yesterday mentioned as I mentioned quite often, it's not the first time I do it, I mentioned very often, and this was again another comment that I found actually quite interesting, that I was picking on the equipment or the hardware used. Now, I mention that all the time. The hardware inside the Aurora is a basic hardware. It's been extremely well implemented and done in a way that it extracts its full potential. Simple. How many times have we seen IEMs that use top of the line, let's say Sonian hardware, and when you listen to it, it's absolute nightmare. Fearless Audio S8Z, for example, is a perfect example. The whole thing is Sonian. You listen to that thing and it's trying to assassinate you. End of story. Is it down to the hardware's fault? No. It's down to the way that it was tuned. And if there's one thing that AüR Audio knows how to do very, very well, is tune very well and using basically off-the-shelf parts. There's nothing special, there's nothing that's been ultra customized, nothing. Okay, they are not using any equipment like some of the very higher brands are using. I recently, a couple of months ago, tested an IEM from Plus Sound, which costs close on to $3,000, and I can tell you that it was an absolute disappointment. I was expecting to be, thrown back and say to myself, "Oh my God, this is really something else." No. However, I didn't hear anybody commenting on the fact that I said that. And it's actually quite interesting that because I now am commenting on the Aurora and I'm saying that it is a good IM, but it is not my preference, that the Duno SS6, the Performer 8, or two of the examples, are more satisfying to me, that now is the subject of, oh my God, how can he be saying that? This is blasphemy. This is, hunt him down and kill him. Please. As I said, I've got no monetary interests. Okay, it just so happened that the Duno and the Performer 8 are actually HiFi Go products. I bought them through them. It just happened. I could have bought Duno from Panon. I could have bought the Duno directly from Duno, actually. It just happened that I bought it from them. So I don't see in my account any money coming in from them. I've done countless reviews from products that I've gotten from HiFi Go, and sometimes I talk well and sometimes I don't talk well. And by not talking well is sometimes I give credit where it's due, and I sometimes also don't give credit where it's due. If an IM isn't good, I will say that it isn't good. That's the beauty of buying your stuff and not getting it for free, is you have the right to say what you feel without having to worry about, I'm going to hurt the opinion of, or no. Okay, so going back to this year, I went through a couple of songs that I'm gonna post on the description so that those of you that do have these IEMs can actually pick those songs and go listen. And if you agree with me, great, fantastic, amazing. If you don't agree with me, great, fantastic, amazing. To my ears, with the gear that I used, and I used the Venture Electronics, and I would like to see anybody tell me that this isn't a capable piece of equipment. I would like to hear somebody say that this isn't a capable piece of equipment for this IM. Okay? I used the Cayenne RU7, I used the M15, I used the NX7. Again, I would like to hear anybody saying that there's something wrong with this equipment, that there's something that is not up to standard, or what, I now must go and buy a $4,000 amplifier and a $5,000 DAC to be able to get the absolute maximum of the Aurora. Is that what you guys are saying? Anyway, Cecile Nobry, in a sentimental mood. You listen to it on the Aurora initially, fantastic. And truth be told, the Aurora and the Performer 8, with regards to this particular song, are evenly matched. It's not a busy song, it's a very easy song to listen to, and both of them do it very well. Okay, both of them. There's a little bit extra detail, very small detail on the Performer 8. There's a little bit extra warmth in the bass on the Aurora, but overall it's basically just mids, vocals, female vocal, and they do it both perfectly. The SA6 does it a smidge better than those two. End of story. As for the Alita, it does it better than the Aurora as well. Because I also heard that why didn't I compare this with the Aurora, the Alita with the Aurora? Why? Well, I'm comparing it now. Andreas Razzuti, Arancio Bossa. It's again instrumental, no contest song. I mean, SA6, end of story. P8 in second, the Aurora in third. Okay, the Alita in second place as well, next to the Performer 8. Okay, it's as simple as that. Between these two, what is the difference that I find in that song? Well, the bass here is more gratifying. Yes, the bass here does give this particular song more life than it does on the Alita. However, the detail I get in the mids and in the highs on the Alita is superior to the Aurora. Okay? Comfort Zone, the live version from Larry Carlton. Again, clear winner, Duno SA6. Mind you, and I'm using the Duno SA6 in the low bass setting. Okay? I don't even have the bass emphasized. So that's also clear. First place. Second place, Performer 8 with the Alita. Third place, Aurora. Okay? The sense of atmosphere, okay, is unbelievable on the SA6. That's to my ears with the gear I'm using. That's to me. Maybe to you, something, it won't be the same thing. But to me, that's my opinion. Okay, that's what I feel. And it's not an opinion or that, oh, because I'm now had a falling out with AüR Audio. I didn't have a falling out with AüR Audio. Okay? If you're going to say certain things, make sure that you know what you're talking about. Right? The Performer 8 and the Alita do this song as well very nicely. The Performer 8 edges out the Alita in terms of how the bass is done, but it's very evenly matched, and the Aurora is it's inferior. It's in third place. It stays in third. First, second, third. End of story. It's very clear. It's very easy to pick up on these things. No Ordinary Love from Sade. Again, the first two clear winners are Performer 8, Duno SA6, sorry, and Performer 8. These two, they have everything. Her voice, the detail, everything is there. In second place is the Alita. In third place, the Aurora. Okay? The only thing that the Aurora has a little bit more, but it's not enough to make it go up a place than the Alita, is a little bit more bass weight. Okay? That's it. Otherwise, the Alita is superior. Cloud9 from Real People by Portia Monique. Once again, Duno SA6 is the one that does this the best. Second place for the second place ex aequo for the Performer 8 and for the Alita. Third place once again for the Aurora. Okay, again the difference between this and this is in the bass, but then this makes up in terms of the mids, so they kind of end up equaling each other out and staying in second place. And this one, the only thing that it does superior to the Alita is the bass, but it doesn't keep up in the mids and the highs. Okay. The C, the symphonic version from Haven, first place without even again any question, Duno SA6 Mark II. Second place, I will give the second place to all of the other three. Okay, the other three all get second places because there are specific areas where one is slightly better than the other, another area where the other one is worse, but they all end up evening out, and all of them get a second place. Okay, Holding On from Gregory Porter. First place, again, SA6. It's the one that does it for me the best. All right. Having said that, the bass on here is just a little bit more satisfying than it is on there. But overall, it just cannot keep up. So first place, second place for these two, and third place again for the Aurora. And the final song, From Dusk to Dawn from George Duke, which I like using because of the initial bass hit. The one that has the most impact, like really that slam. On the bass switch off, it's not the Duno. But if I put it on, which I tried, it's the Duno. Okay? But on the bass switch off, these three in that particular part are very evenly matched. Very evenly matched. However, which is the one that then afterwards comes out on top and overall takes it? the Duno SA6. Second place, P8 and the Aurora. Third place, I'll give it to the Alita, just slightly behind. Although it's got better mids and the vocal is better, it just lacks that little extra weight that the Aurora has to just complement the rest a little bit better. Okay, and I could have gone through a whole lot of other songs. I just went through these particular songs because I thought that these songs more easily show what I've been trying to say about the Aurora. And I'm going to repeat it again for the last time. The Aurora is a very good IEM. It is a chilled out, relaxed IEM. I'm happy for those of you that have found on the Aurora the end game or the IEM that really truly satisfies you. I'm really happy for you. Okay, but also at the same time, I ask you to respect my opinion. Don't make comments of judging me or saying that I have interests or monetary interests and that you don't understand this or you don't understand that. This is very simple. It's just me, good old Tony, giving his opinion about an IM from a brand that I like. Because, you know, the most ridiculous thing about all of this is I like AüR Audio. I have not stopped liking AüR Audio, even though I have a small falling out with one of its owners. Okay? I haven't stopped liking AüR Audio. I like its products. They are excellent products, and that's why they continue to be products which I refer to. I also heard a comment to the effect of, I don't talk about the Neon Pro as much. Well, it's not that I don't talk about the Neon Pro. The Neon Pro is a very good all-BA IM. It just happens to have a lot more IMs now playing at the same field as it did. Because, I mean, the Neon Pro came and offered us at a third or a fourth of the value of the Anoli VX experience. That's the reality. Because initially the Neon Pro was actually cheaper. It was around $600. It then started going up in price. And the Anoli VX is $2,200, $2,400. So for about a third to a fourth of the price, it gave us that Anoli VX experience. Great technicalities, amazing technicalities, and in my opinion, a much more well-executed high volume playback. Okay, and now the same way that the Neon Pro came and disturbed the market balance of things. Okay, there are other IEMs that have equally come and disturbed the market balance. The 7th Acoustic Supernova. I mean, I've heard of them over a year ago. Nobody knew anything about them until only specific certain reviewers talked about it, and now all of a sudden everybody is talking about the 7th Acoustic Supernova. I had heard of them over a year ago. Okay, that's it. The only reason why I didn't buy one was because it is a difficult IM to get. That's it. It's as simple as that. But I'm actually resolving that, and I'm actually going to get one now. Okay? The Duno SA6 is an IM, in my opinion, that is very capable of keeping up with the Neon Pro and surpassing it in many instances. It just loses out in its overall soundstage and that grandiose feeling. The Neon Pro is slightly better, but in terms of timbre, tonality, the bass texture, the mids, I prefer the SA6. Another IM that does that also extremely well, as I've mentioned, is the EPZ 530, and yet another one is the Soundrime SR8. The Soundrime SR8 is a fantastic IM, really, really good, very good bass. The texture of the bass is amazing. It's not as cold as the bass texture of the Neon Pro. But that again is to my ears, with what I usually listen to, with the gear that I have. Maybe to your ears, you won't think that. But I know of some people that do own the SR8, and they have actually agreed with what I said. They actually agree that yes, the SR8 is a very capable IEM. You know, so that's it, guys. I hope I have clarified some doubts. I hope I have cleared the issues that were left unanswered, or the questions that were left unanswered in the first review. All right, and that's it. I'll see you in the next one. You take care now. Bye bye.